Today, we're diving into the absolutely incredible story of one man's mission to take a forgotten art form and put it on the world stage. It is a story of grit, of rejection, and ultimately of triumph.
No, really, just think about that for a second. What would you be willing to give up, to endure, for something you were truly, deeply passionate about? Would you be willing to leave everything you know behind?
That is not a typo. 2 rupees. That is all he had in his pocket. We're talking about an 18-year-old school dropout who walked almost 400 kilometers, sometimes living on just plantains and water, all for a dream.
That boy's name was Vempati Chinnasatyam, and his destination, a city called Madras, which we now know as Chennai. His mission was to dedicate his entire life to the art form that he loved, Kuchipudi.
And this is it. This is Kuchipudi. It's an art form that actually started in a small village of the same name. It's a style known for its incredible energy, really intricate footwork, and this dramatic, almost theatrical kind of storytelling. I mean, just look at the expressive power right there. Satyam saw its potential when a lot of other people didn't. Okay, so this slide really gives you the context for his mission. If you look at the then column, Kuchipudi was, well, it was a local thing. It was performed in villages, and get this, only by men. They even played all the female roles. It was nowhere near as famous as other classical dances. Satyam's dream was to drag it over to the now column, a global art form, for everyone.
But his path was, anything but easy. Before he could lift up Kuchipudi, he had to go through this crucible of hardship that honestly would have broken most people. Can you even imagine hearing those words? And this wasn't just some random piece of criticism. This was a brutal takedown from a teacher, said right in front of his friends. It was a moment of absolute, profound humiliation for a boy who had nothing but this one dream.
And the obstacles just kept piling on. On top of that public humiliation, his father died, leaving him with the enormous responsibility of feeding his mother and 4 sisters. He was facing extreme poverty in Chennai, so poor that he'd often sell his meal tickets just to be able to go watch other dance performances. He was literally choosing inspiration over food.
And yet, he kept going. He persevered. And this is where the story really turns. This is where the struggling boy begins his transformation into a true master. So his path forward had 3 really key stages. First, he found these amazing gurus for intense, hardcore training. Then he actually found success in the Telugu film world, choreographing these unforgettable dance sequences. But that wasn't the end goal for him. His work in film gave him the platform he needed to build his true foundation.
And that foundation was laid right here, in this one pivotal year, 1963. This is the year he established the Kuchipudi Art Academy. And it was so much more than a school. It was the headquarters for his mission to make this art form famous all over the world. So with the academy as his home base, Satyam started the work that would really define his legacy, taking Kuchipudi from the villages of India to the grand stages of the world. Just try to imagine the sheer creative force this took. He personally composed and choreographed over 180 solo items and 15 full-length dance dramas. That is an absolutely staggering body of work. His works like Sri Krishna Parijatam and Shirasagara Madanam, they weren't just performances. They were global events. They got critical acclaim and brought home international awards, not just for him, but for the art of Kuchipudi itself. You can always tell a master by their students. And wow, what a list this is. He trained some of the most legendary dancers and film stars of his time, and every single one of them took immense pride in being his student and in carrying that torch of Kuchipudi forward.
So, after a whole lifetime of struggle and dedication, what did it all amount to? What is the lasting legacy of that boy who left home with just 2 rupees in his pocket?
Hey, remember that teacher who told him he was unfit for dance? Well, here is the world's reply. Honorary doctorates, the golden key to an American city, and one of India's highest civilian honors, the Padma Bhushan. It's the ultimate validation of a life's mission.
He actually did it. He took a beautiful but pretty obscure dance form, and through sheer force of will, he put it on the same level as the other great classical dances of India. You could say he liberated Kuchipudi from the clutches of being forgotten.
So as we wrap this up, I'll leave you with this question. Dr. Vempati Chinnasatyam's story is such a powerful reminder of how one person's passion can literally change the world. And it just makes you wonder, what other beautiful art forms are out there right now just waiting for their own maestro with a mission?